Hi my lovely Leos, it's Jill and welcome to Tarot by the Sea. Right, this is going to be a bit of a different reading. This is going to be a love reading and it's going to be for kind of round about Valentine's Day, so it's a quick check-in on your energies at that point. So it could be a relationship you're currently in, could be someone that you've got your eye on, could be someone that you're casually dating, could be a few people that you're casually dating. If it's a few people, it might get a bit messy and it could be mixed energies. If you're single and not looking, it could be that this is someone who's coming in for you, or it could be that it's just how you feel about relationships in general. And yeah, that's where we're going to go with it. It's a new spread. I haven't done this before. We'll be using Gilded Tarot by Ciro Marchetti and the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Reading Valentines if I want to clarify. It's just a spread that came out my head. I don't normally use spreads, so we'll see how it works for you. Let me know if it's nice, if you like it. Okay, so I will explain to you what the energies are as they come in. I have it written down in case I forget. If you've watched me before, you know I forget stuff. I'm an old lady, what do you expect? Right, so the first card is your overview card. And your overview card is the King of Pentacles. So what do we have next? The next card is the energy that they're coming into the relationship with. Okay, so whoever you're thinking about, this is the energy that they're coming into the relationship with. So maybe you're thinking about an earth sign. Maybe this is to do with you dealing with an earth sign, Leo. Or maybe you have earth in your chart and you have Leo in your chart. What I'm going to do, it's a bit of a teaching one, okay? When I get court cards, I'm actually going to refer to this book, the Easy Tarot Handbook, and I'm going to read it to you for the court cards, because I think so much gets lost in translation. We do tend, as readers, we do tend to kind of cut things down to a single phrase a lot of the time. I work intuitively, so I tend to make stuff up as I go along. But we do, you know, it's like the Five of Cups, it's like crying over spilt milk. Well, actually, there's a hell of a lot more to it than that, okay? King of Pentacles, yes, an earth sign male. There's more to him than that, okay? So let's go through it. We'll make it a bit of a learning exercise as well. I'm a teacher, that's what I do. I like learning, I like teaching people. So if you don't like it, that's absolutely fine, and hopefully I'll see you in another video. But if you fancy doing that with me, I just thought it'd be good. Right, so we have the energy that they're coming in with is the Three of Pentacles. The energy that you're coming in with is the Ace of Pentacles. What they want from the relationship? Oh, it's the Devil. Why people would choose to have the Devil, I don't really know. But, you know, the Devil in this deck's kind of hot, so it's all good. Right, what you want from the relationship is... I really have to... My office is still being built. It was plastered yesterday, so I have nowhere to sit, so I'm sitting in the middle of the living room floor, and as you can see, it's not the best place to sit. Right, what you want from the relationship is a Magician. So you've got Major Arcana, you're both on different paths. You're on different paths, but right, how they feel about you is Strength, and how you feel about them. Oh, you've got 3 cards come out for that. I'm putting them away, and they can come out again. Yeah, the same 3 cards have come out. I'm really sorry, you're going to have all 3. How they see the relationship going. Oh my goodness. Okay. And how you see the relationship going. And the outcome. The Tower. Okay. Right. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Sorry, I know it gets wobbly. Right, I'll settle down. Bottom of your deck, you have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so some of you are drinking too much. Yep. For some of you, this is the wish card. That's the wish card. And it's wishes coming true. Dreams come true, wishes fulfilled, all that kind of stuff. Right. Some of you are dealing with the King of Pentacles. Some of you are the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is looking towards you. And they're looking towards this Ace of Pentacles, which is in your deck. So, how am I going to read that? I think you're the King of Pentacles, to be honest. I think you're the King of Pentacles. So you may have Earth in your chart. I'm going to read you the King of Pentacles since it's a court card. And it says, I'm going to do some more of these because I think they're useful. If anyone wants to read, anyone can read. Okay, this is a really good book if you start off. And it's just a case of just doing it. Okay. And when I first started off, I used to just do the cards and I used to read from the book. But I think we lose so much in translation when we're doing general readings. So I'm going to do this, okay? And hopefully it will add something to it. This is a king's throne sits solidly on the ground, representative of the earth element. Okay, so you're Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn. The back of this throne is a large golden pentacle. He feels quite comfortable and at ease with himself and his position. The king is usually financially successful, an excellent businessman, comfortable within himself and in his position in life. He has a strong character and is dependable and steadfast. If he becomes angry, it is short-lived and he doesn't brood. These men make excellent husbands and fathers as they are loyal and reliable and see their role as being a good provider. Family and tradition are important to them. So the King of Pentacles is not afraid of hard work and will see a task through to completion. His patience will often help him in his acquisitions. While the King of Wands would lose interest and pursue another deal, the King of Pentacles will sit it out, knowing in the end he will get what he wants. He is usually generous but never stupid with his money. His material possessions are carefully purchased and cared for. He does not waste, nor does he buy hastily. Due to the earth element, these kings are found in property and or land development, as property and landowners, as financiers in accountancy or as stockbrokers. They're also found as farmers, builders and tradesmen, all practical, money-conscious, hard-working, salt-of-the-earth types. In the negative, which this isn't, they may be extremely stubborn, blunt to the point of exasperation, overly materialistic or miserly. Okay, we're not looking at the negative, we're looking at the positive because the card is in the upright. So, that's your King of Pentacles. So you will know if that's you, you will know if that's the person that you're dealing with. Okay. So let's start your reading. That's your overview. It could just be that you don't have Earth in your chart, and maybe that's just what you're thinking about, because we have, for both of you, the first card, the energy that you're coming in with, are both Pentacles cards. Right, just trying to make sure that I get this right, because I want to make sure that these cards are in the right space. So we have that, we have that, we have that, we have that. We have that, and then we have that. Okay, right, sorry about that. I just want to make sure that I give you the cards in the order that they're supposed to be in. Though in fairness, however they come out is how they're supposed to come out. Virgo's reading just went totally to hell. But we got to the point in the first place. And you've got the star in the Seven of Cups as well. Which is interesting. Oh, yeah, there we go. Right. So, the energy you're coming into the relationship with, okay, they're coming in with, is the Three of Pentacles. So they may have things in their life. They may just be starting off at the beginning of something. This is the apprenticeship card. Okay, they're learning something. They're coming in, they're learning. This is hard work. They're at the beginning of something, but they're relatively financially abundant. But they're focusing on one thing that is to do with their security. It could be someone who has got a house and children, and now they're focusing on family. It could be someone who has family and a house, who has their career sorted out, they've got their money sorted out, and now they're looking for a long-term relationship. So it's kind of, they have three things essentially going on, or they have a number of things going on, which are all long-term things and financially stable and that kind of thing, and they're focusing on one or the other. Just for some of you, they're kind of putting passion on the back burner. Okay, they're putting passion on the back burner. There's no love in this. They're just focused. They're focused on the long term. They're not looking at passion, which is interesting considering the card underneath it. And yeah, they're just focusing on the material side of things at the moment. And that could be their career, it could be their home, it could be their family, it could be anything that's in the kind of pentacles world. The energy you're coming in with is the Ace of Pentacles, which is the opportunity for the start of something that is financially abundant. Now, if this were a career reading, if this was a general reading, I would be looking at that as being you going into partnership with someone who already is established in business, or who is further along than you are, and you're going into business with them. Okay, maybe you're looking at this financial opportunity to do that. Maybe for some of you, you have a few businesses going on, or they've got a few businesses going on, and you're offering them a new business opportunity, and they are the King of Pentacles and they're looking at it. So for some of you, that's what it is. But this is a love reading. So, I don't know. We'll kind of see how that plays out. You know better than I do, okay? But the Ace of Pentacles is the opportunity for something long-term, something material in the kind of financial aspect, a long-term relationship. And maybe this person here has a few options, and you are the option that they are focused on as a long-term one. Maybe they've got a few options for long-term things, for long-term relationships, and you're the one that they're focused on. Or maybe you're just one of a number of options that they have, because further down in the deck you have options. So maybe you're just an option, but it's the option for something long term. Yeah, it's not a fly-by-night option, it's an option for something long term. And maybe you're looking at this, or maybe they are looking at this, and they're not sure which one to take, but they want something long term, or you want something long term. So what do you want, or what do they want? Now, this is why I said it was interesting that they're putting passion on the back burner. Maybe there is no passion in their life at the moment, okay? Because what they want is the devil. They want passion, they want lust, they want all of those things, okay? That's what they want. They want to be passionate about something. For some of you, they don't want that because they can't see it, okay? They can't see it. They've got their mask on. For some of you, they don't know whether they want passion or not, quite honestly. It's there. They must be feeling it, but they're kind of not looking at it. They've just got their mask on, and they're just kind of like blinded to it. Because maybe for some of them, they're just focusing on their money. Yeah. Maybe you could just imagine this guy standing behind them, and that's all the fire there, and they're just not even looking. It's behind them, you know. Maybe they have put passion behind them. Maybe they have put passion behind them. Maybe they're just focusing on their money now. What you're coming in with is you're coming in with this guy, and you want everything. You're trying to manifest something, and you want everything. You want pentacles, and you want, where are we? I can't even see what that is. And you want swords, and you want love, and you want ideas and passion and all those things, and you just want everything. Okay. And maybe this Ace of Pentacles is the thing that will give you everything that you want. Maybe this is the last thing that you're looking at, and then you will be sound. And maybe that's where you are, is that you're trying to do that. For some of you, this is the first thing. You want everything, but this is the first thing that you're focusing on, because it's a 1 card, so it's quite far, it's quite towards the beginning of a cycle for you. So maybe at the moment that's the one thing that you're looking at. For some of you, I think this could be if you're kind of single and not looking. Okay. Because at the moment you're just focusing on your money and you're putting passion behind you for now. You're being the King of Pentacles. You know, you're working hard. You're focusing on the one thing. You've got a few irons in the fire, is what I'm getting. And this is the one that you're working on at the moment, but you want to manifest everything. But at the moment you're quite early in your cycle, so that's where you are. Okay. So the next thing we have is how they feel about you. You have options and we have hope. Just notice that this is a major arcana in what they want, and this is a major arcana in what you want. So it could be you're on two different paths, because at the moment your focus is on money, their focus is on money. But for some of you, one just wants passion. One wants passion because, one wants passion because they're focused on something else. So they don't want a long-term relationship. There are absolutely no cups in here apart from the options cup, and the cup that the Magician has. So they only want passion because they're focused on their pentacles, and you want everything. You want everything. You want all of it. And Pentacles is just part of it. Okay? Right. So perhaps they have options. And perhaps they have options with a water sign. I'm not entirely sure who the Hope card, the Star card relates to. Maybe someone can stick it in the comments for me. I'm not very good at remembering that kind of thing. Because she's draining away the emotions. Water is emotions in these cards, okay? She's trying to grow something, but she's draining away all the emotions. She's pouring it all away. So maybe she's thinking about work. She's hopeful about work, because this clockworky stuff always looks like work to me, okay? So maybe she's hopeful about work, and she's thinking about work, and emotions aren't part of it. And yeah, she's got lots of things she cares about. She's got lots of things she cares about, or he cares about, or whatever. And maybe they have lots of opportunities for love, but at the moment they're hopeful about work. They're focused on work. Where are we? Then we have the Strength, and that is how they see the relationship going. This is a Leo card. Okay, so this lady has got the Leo on a chain, Devil. In the traditional tarot deck, the Devil is shown as having the Devil and then two people who have got chains around them. Okay, the people can get out of the chains, they can take the chains off, and they can walk away from it. They choose not to, or they can't see that they can. Whereas this lady has got this Leo on a chain, yeah, and he's walking quite placidly beside her, and she's kind of not looking at him, and he's kind of not looking at her, and they're just kind of like wombling along together. So that's how they see the relationship going. I think, quite honestly, it's just kind of possibly comfortable. And maybe they just feel chained to it, and they're focusing on their work because there's no kind of emotion in the relationship, quite possibly. They're just kind of like walking along together, really. And they may have other options for love, but they're not that interested because they're just kind of focused on their pentacle. And that could be you. You could be the pentacle that they're focused on. And you're trying to manifest loads and loads of stuff. You're trying to manifest everything. Right, and then we have... these three came together. The Emperor. The... is it Judgment? Justice. Justice card. And the King of Cups. And this is next to this. Okay, so the other person, how they see the relationship going is you guys just kind of like wombling along. Neither's particularly interested in the other, really. You're just kind of going along with what she says, or she's going along with what you say, or whatever. But you're the one who's tied, not her. And then you have the Emperor. And I will read you the Emperor too, because it is a court card, sort of. You have Justice. And you have the King of Cups. So this is you. Yeah, this is where you see the relationship going. One of you is quite possibly the Emperor. One of you is quite possibly the King of Cups. And things are fair and even and balanced. For some of you, that might be the case. But given the next card, I don't think so. I will read you the Emperor. And then you can fit it into your energy as you see fit. The Emperor is quite early. Okay. The Emperor. As the Empress represents the archetypal female, so the Emperor represents her masculine counterpart. As befitting his title, we see him as a regal-looking character. There he is, all Julius Caesar type. His head covered with laurel leaves, representing triumph and success. He is suitably attired in rich and opulent gowns covered with symbols of the sun. Again, Leo, okay? Oh my goodness, I might need to put my glasses on. I don't even know where they are. Even a masculine sign, even to the clasp that holds this cloak of red, representing fire, which is again a male element. Even the stones he wears are rubies, a further representation of the sun. His robes and adornments symbolise the status of his position and material success. Behind him we see the signs of the zodiac displayed, but this time they have progressed to the more earthly representations they are known by. His sceptre, topped with what appears to be the planetary solar system, points to earth and heaven. The hand that holds the top of the sceptre reveals his index finger pointing to the heavens to receive wisdom, and his other hand shows his index finger pointing to the earth, where he uses his power. This also shows the need for rational thought, to help him rule his subjects. This is as above, so below, and all that kind of stuff, okay? With so many masculine symbols, everything here suggests a powerful and dynamic man in control of the situation. The number 4 represents stability, logic and reason. When the Emperor appears in a reading, it's a sign of financial stability, ambition, authority and also achievement. You need to keep a calm head at this time, make decisions based on facts and not be overly influenced by your emotions. This is a powerful card and a wonderful omen for business and career matters, as it shows progress. Well placed, which this is in fairness, this card suggests you're in a powerful position to achieve your goals. In relationships, which is the important bit for us, it can also remind us to look at the situation in a more rational manner and not to become too overly emotional regarding issues, to look at things with a clear head in order to achieve successful results and financial stability for the family. It also represents a powerful male influence, okay? So that's the Emperor. Then we have Justice. Okay. So you have this family man, okay, the successful business family man. Then we have Justice. And we have, okay, now we have to remember this is how you are looking at the relationship going. So we have the successful business family man. This person is manifesting something in their hands. They are creating light in their hands. That's the Magician. And that light is shining on the sun, which is happiness, which is Leo as well. Okay, the sun is Leo. Or it is in my head right now. Okay, that's the way my head works. In my head, at the moment, that's you. So perhaps this person is manifesting something which shines on you and makes you feel happy, but they don't see it. They don't understand that what they're doing is making you feel happy. For some of you, that's you in the middle, because you're the Magician and you're shining the light on. You have the ability to manifest something that will make you feel happy, but you don't see it. So you're trying to be the Magician and you are the Emperor. You are highly successful already, but perhaps you need something else in your other hand that is going to shine on the sun to make it glow. Okay, and maybe that other thing is you want to be the King of Cups. Two hands. Two hands, two people. Maybe you already are the Emperor and now you want to be the King of Cups too. You are trying to manifest everything. I think you might be feeling a little bit taken for granted by this kind of, oh well, they're just going to come along with me. We're bound together. There is no passion there, but we are bound together, and he's just going to placidly come along with me. And maybe you're feeling a little bit taken for granted by that. Possibly. Or maybe you're just happy doing it because the lion's not arguing either. The lion's not arguing either. He's just kind of like plodding along. Right, so we have the King of Cups, and it says, the King's throne sits upon the water. He appears relaxed and content in a thoughtful pose as he focuses upon his cup. The King of Cups has a warm, genuine, easygoing nature. He's generally the sort of man everyone likes, and he seldom has enemies. He's loyal, kind, and is usually family-orientated. He's a good husband, a thoughtful lover, and adoring parent. However, he can appear emotionally detached at times as he wrestles with his inner thoughts and emotions. The King of Cups is frequently found in the helping professions, so medical care, consultancy, the church, teaching, or government agencies that deal with social work. In whatever setting you may find him, he can be easily recognised due to his care and concern for others, although this usually manifests through his choice of career. The kings are not naturally ambitious by nature. These kings are not naturally ambitious by nature, although it doesn't mean they're not in the right setting. They won't achieve high positions, but it's not ambition alone that drives them. It's usually their cause. Similarly, due to the water element that rules them, they are often found in the arts and also in fashion, design, hairstylists and so forth, because they are more easily at home with the feminine aspect of the water element, emotions and creativity, than the other elements. So, perhaps you're feeling a little bit taken for granted with this, and you want the love as well. For some of you, do you know what? If you're in a long-term relationship and you're just kind of plodding along, maybe the other person wants some passion, maybe you're trying to manifest it for them, but you've kind of got this. Yeah, you're quite happy, the sun is shining, you are the Emperor, you are the kind of sort of loving King of Cups. You're not that bothered, you're not that ambitious, you don't particularly want the passion and the fiery, you're not the King of Wands, you're just kind of the family man, the businessman, and it makes you quite happy. And maybe they're quite happy with that. However, then we have two other things. We have the Hangman in reverse. So for that one, maybe you're not changing your perspective. Maybe you're not changing your perspective. Maybe you're not looking at things from a different perspective. Maybe you're actually quite happy. Maybe you kind of feel that you've got everything that you want as the Magician. Because you've got this, you've got the business success, you've got the kind of family thing going on. Everything seems quite balanced. Maybe you're drinking too much. Maybe you're just celebrating. Maybe you're enjoying yourself with friends. Maybe you've come out of a bit of a battle. And maybe you were dealing with a water sign. Maybe you feel quite stabbed in the back by this water sign. Or this Virgo. And you've gone inside. And maybe there's been communication. But you're quite happy. And maybe you're moving forwards with your Page of Swords. As the Knight of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Oh my goodness gracious me. Right, we could go through that forever. Now, my major concern though is at the bottom of this, you have a Tower. So where the heck does the Tower come into it? Because as it stands at the moment, for a lot of you, you're actually quite stable. Maybe some of you are maybe some of you are feeling taken for granted. Maybe you're not. But there is nothing in here to indicate why the heck a Tower would come crashing down on you. And I'm going to clarify the Tower for you. Maybe you had a Tower, but this is your outcome. I was going to say maybe you had a Tower and then the Nine of Cups is your dream come true and everything's kind of rebalanced again. But for some of you, maybe that's true. For some of you, I don't think it is. So what's the Tower? Eight of Cups. Eight of Winter. Eight of Winter is the Eight of Swords. Okay, you're feeling trapped. You're feeling trapped in this. You're feeling trapped in that. You're feeling trapped and you're feeling bound. Or the other person is. You have what it takes if you only believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you're not, a lack of self-confidence that keeps you getting what you want. That's on their side. What's the Tower? What's the Tower? What's the Tower? What's the Tower? Whoa. This is very odd, Leo. Okay. I don't like to do this to you, my loves. But I get what I get. Okay, so you had the Eight of Winter. You have the Queen of Winter. Okay, Queen of Winter is Queen of Swords. Maybe being cut out by someone. Queen of Swords. Okay. I will read you the Queen of Swords as well. Just because we have it. And it will give you the idea of the energy. Though in this deck it is different. So Queen of Swords is an independent woman who takes a no-nonsense approach. Her forthright manner can make her seem unemotional. However, she has a strong sense of fair play with a good reasoning mind and excellent perception. So she has mastered the ability to put emotion aside to concentrate on logic and facts. Note how she holds her sword to the illumination of the light in this card, symbolic of the wisdom and clarity that thought swords can bring. Traditionally, the Queen of Swords represents a woman on her own who has known suffering and loss, widowed, divorced, or long single and sometimes childless. However, this is not always the case, and the personality traits are the best indication. Inner strength is probably a good description here, and this may be gained through the experience of personal suffering, so there is an element of the traditional meaning still relevant. As a married person, she would have an independent streak, and seemingly not would need to rely on her partner to feel emotionally fulfilled or taken care of. She is happy and contented in her own right, capable of taking care of her own affairs and not emotionally needy. The Queen of Swords is simply a strong and independent woman. She's very supportive as long as she's on your side and believes you're in the right. She's a source of strength and will defend you boldly. This Queen isn't afraid to speak her mind, and there is usually a ring of truth to what she has to say, which can be unnerving for those not ready to hear it. She is extremely well organised and efficient, an excellent champion for just causes or organisations that require a certain toughness to support them. Her work may be a good indicator of this, and somewhere she will find release for this expression, the area of law for example, but also in caring environments in which a strong leader that others can rely upon is required, such as a head teacher, a matron, or even top executive positions in which a woman must have strength to hold her own. A fast thinker, her analytical mind finds her happy wherever she challenges her keen mind or wit. The Queen of Swords on the most basic level can be a person of sharp words. She can also be the people's champion. In the negative, she can be overly critical. She's not in the negative. In the negative, she can be overly critical, intolerant, and have the ability to cut people to shred with her words. Betray her, and you won't get a second chance. She's not someone to have an argument with. Okay, so you have that. Where did she go? I've lost her. Oh yeah, maybe the Queen of Winter's gone. And it says, do research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. Maybe the change here is that the Queen of Winter has decided that she's going back to school, possibly. Let go of the people or things that no longer serve you. Now's the time to focus on your career. Divorced or unmarried people. Okay, so maybe there's divorce coming for some of you and you're basically getting your paperwork together. I can't see it, but it's on top of the Tower. Maybe that's coming in. Children or childhood, the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than how they actually occurred. And then we have the Three of Winter, which is the Three of Swords. Reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. Okay. That makes absolutely no bleeding sense to me, because you were toddling along. Yeah, Leo, you were toddling along, doing your own thing. If you're in a relationship, you're with someone that you kind of felt you were quite happily wombling along with, actually. The only thing that I can see that could be a major hassle is that this queen, or this other person that you're dealing with, has options and has hopes about the devil. She has options, she has hopes about the devil. And then she goes Queen of Swords on you. Strong, patient, self-sufficient and funny. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. I wonder whether that's the Tower. But then you have the return of people or romances from your past, remembering events differently in a better or worse light than they occurred, and then reach out to others for comfort and love. Maybe this Queen of Swords cut you off, and then you're reaching out to somebody else. And maybe it's someone from your past. And it could be the Knight of Cups. Falling in love suddenly, being swept off your feet, the need to stay grounded during a very emotional experience. And then you have the Magician again. So you're manifesting something. You can do anything. Take charge of your life. You can manifest what you need to be a success. You will know better than I do, my loves. It all gets a bit messy from what I can see, and something might come in as a heck of a shock, one way or the other. Either the Queen of Swords steps in on the other person's side, or you reach out to someone from your past. I do wonder whether that's what happens. I wonder whether this other person is dealing with the devil. Okay, they have this option for this passion and this lust and everything else, and then they become Queen of Swords and start cutting things out that no longer serve them, and that may include you. And then you have the Heartbreak card, and you're reaching out to someone else from your past for comfort and support after this Tower. But up until this point, you've just been kind of wobbling along. But the Tower is a shock. The Tower is a massive shock. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to preempt this, okay? It could mean a million things. That's just one storyline. And I've said before in readings, and I will say it again, I had a month back in May last year where every reading was coming up as the Tower. And I reacted to that, and I pushed something forward that I shouldn't have done, and it turned into the Tower. Okay, now I wouldn't have done that had I not sat and watched the readings. I would have kind of let things womble. Now, it was better for me in the long term, but it did create the Tower. So what I'm saying to you is that this is only one scenario out of many. Okay, watch your rising sign and your moon sign as well, if this is your sun sign. If you don't know how to get that, go to Cafe Astrology and or go to Google, put in birth chart calculator, go to Cafe Astrology and put in your details, and it will tell you what your signs are. And watch those too, and you will get a more rounded view. But quite honestly, what's going to happen in your life is going to happen in your life, and you've got a Tower, and whatever happens with that Tower, that's divinely guided. Okay, it is divinely guided, and if that Tower comes, it's coming. It's coming, and the best thing you can do is be ready for it. Yeah, wasn't the most fantastic reading, to be honest, Leo, but when the Tower comes, it's always for your highest good. Okay, so whatever happens, it will be for your highest good. Anyway, my darlings, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope it's not too bad. I hope it's not too bad. I'm not seeing you feeling particularly I'm not seeing you feeling particularly devastated by it. There's no devastation cards. Yeah, all right, you've got the Three of Winter. But But the Three of Winter could also be a third party situation. It doesn't have to be heartbreak. Could be that this other person's seeing someone else and you're seeing someone else. It could be as much as that. Do you know what I mean? It's that could be where it goes. So yeah, I will leave it there. I hope it's all good for you. I hope it's all good for you, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.